Hello. Hello, dear student. Please confirm whether my voice is audible or not so that I can start it. Hello, dear student. Please confirm whether my voice is audible or not so that I can start. Yes, everything is okay. Hello, dear student. Very good morning to all of you. Dear student, I hope you all are doing well. So today we are going to see about 27th July, the Hindu newspaper analysis. So basically, what is our objective? Let me explain you. So please watch the video till the end. You'll get a lot of insight. So our objective here is to understand which news is important for our UPSC examination, be that prelims, mains, or interview. If it is important, then where it is important. It can be important for your prelims, it can be important for your mains, or it can be important for your interview. Because throughout my, all my attempt, I have cleared 5 times prelims and multiple time UPSC mains also. So I follow a simple strategy. I used to do a lot of backward forward analysis. So by doing that, I'm each and every time my score is always 20 to 25 marks higher than the cutoff. So that is what I'm going to explain you so that you can get 20 to 30 marks extra, because at that time there is nothing called infographics highlighted version, so everything have to do my on my own. So that is the reason I'm that limited time I can able to score that much marks. So if I'm going to give you all these things, so you can spend some time on doing those all this analysis, so you'll get extra 20 to 30 marks in your prelims and 80 plus marks in your mains. This is my promise. So please, after completion of this analysis, while I'm giving some tasks, like during discussion, I'm going to give you around 10 to 15 tasks daily. So depending on the number of current affair news, so you have to do some analysis of that by referring internet. So after that, you have to make note of it, and then if you study that repeatedly, definitely you'll get 20 to 30 marks extra in your prelims and 80 plus marks in your mains. Okay. So first important question, how you can get this PDF. So you can get this PDF by scanning this QR code. Download our application, that is Strivage IS Strivage Academy application, already available in our Play Store. So you can download that. There you'll get all the previous year newspaper current affair, not the today, all the available in a systematic way. Then those who are using iOS and iPad device, you can simply download Class Plus application and use Orgo code PKRMJ to get it. And you can also scan this QR code to join our Telegram. There also we are providing daily MCQs, mains answer writing. So a lot of things we are providing information on a daily basis. You can interact with us by joining this channel. Okay, चलिए start करते हैं. So important news of the day. So first one is Modi and Moiju signal major reset in bilateral relationship. So we have seen recently our relationship between Maldives and India is deteriorated after there is a India out campaign by the Moiju, and later on there is a comment by the Maldivian minister, and that reaction India started a boycott Maldives campaign. And we have also seen Maldives more close towards China is also given a threat to our security also. So on this backdrop, but recently we have seen our relation has been improving, because after the Moiji they visited India in 2024. After that we have reciprocated and we have provided financial assistance to their debt, because in Maldives they have having high amount of foreign debt, particularly China. So they are suffering from the high debt. So India provide assistance, and recently our Prime Minister visited on 60th and 60th Independence Day. So all this factor led to the improvement in our relationship. So why it is important? It is very much important in our neighborly India with its neighborly relation, because if we don't maintain good relation with our neighbor country, then foreign power can enter into there and they might create some security challenges for India. So we can say we are safe when our neighbor are safe. So that is the reason it is very much important. So PM highlights support for time tested friendship between India and Maldives. The president of island nations stressed territorial safeguards and but acknowledged foreign support is in key sector. India looking forward to deepen its ties with Maldives across the multiple sector. This is what said by our Prime Minister. The bipartisan support within island nation for stronger and time-tested friendship. So what happening in our neighborhood? We are getting support from one particular party, not other. For example, you can see in Bangladesh, Bangladesh, we are getting support from the Awami League Party, but BNP, Bangladesh National Party, they are not supporting India. If there is a change in government, Indian foreign policy suffer heavily. So that is the reason we need to develop a bipartisan support. Whichever government come there, that means we don't have any problem. So Mr. Modi, who was in Maldives on 2 days, state British a top Maldivian leader across the political spectrum, including vice president and all other opposition leader also. So he also attended the 16th Independence Day celebration. So that means the Maldives is independent uh, from the British 1962. Okay. So Modi visit marks a major reset in bilateral ties had sound after the Maldivian the president election power campaigning India out campaign. So they have started a campaign to make that all the military person all the what happened मैं बताता हूँ. We have some military hardware that is stationed in the Maldives. We have some aircraft and then helicopter they are stationed in the Maldives, and to operate that we have military person in the Maldives. But after the Moiju government they come into power, they have started that they don't accept the military power, foreign military power. They immediately demand that withdrawal of all military power from Maldives. Okay? So appearing to be allude to the country's revive partnership with India key sector. So he was addressing Maldives National Defense Forces, so Maldives Police Forces. Okay? So I think just read it. So here there is a very good statement given or big statement given. Every square inches of Maldives territory will be safeguarded by its citizen. The country needs other nations certain resources and technical expertise. That means it is a clear signal that Maldives will not going to tolerate violation of their sovereignty, but they are looking for cooperation with the other countries. Okay? So it can be a good lesson for India. We need to calibrate our national policy so that we can have good relation. And dear student, in 2026, after prelims to mains, you'll hardly get 75 days. So in that 75 days, very difficult to cover everything. So it's better to start practicing essay now. So we are evaluating essay very nominal fees. So you can scan this QR code to join our application. There you will get a coupon code to you'll get this discount. Chali. So next is BR, a special intensive revision drive to restore the trust in the whole role. This is what said by the Election Commission of India. So recently, there's so many opposition party and leader of opposition they have been severely criticized for the Bihar government of this you can say about special intensive revision, because this is going to disenfranchise large number of people. But Election Commission has said that this process is going to restore the faith in the whole or democracy. So next, 4 Maoists kill in the encounter in Bijapur. So recently we have seen that so many Maoists have been killing or surrendering. So it's a good news for all of us, because it is objective that we need to remove or eradicate Maoism by March 2026. So this is important for your internal security. Just remember, whenever you are writing any answer related to the internal security Maoism, so you can give reference of that. We need to eliminate the Maoism by 2026. So next is report on officials, language, land, journalist in trouble. So we have seen that in rural area particularly. So it is the religion of the journalists who are facing the threat. Let's say if a particular religious journalists are more facing the threat. So that means in India, though we have democracy, still there is a lack of freedom of speech and expression, because we can see so many journalists being attacked, so many journalists being killed. Okay? So that is a clear indication that we need to provide law and order. We need to improve the safety of our journalists. Okay? I don't think that's much important here. And dear student, you can join our answer writing program. It is already given. You can check it, very nominal price. Yet you will get evaluated by those who have UPSC selected. And you can also get free NCERT test. So you can practice that. So India-Bangladesh bus service remains suspended amid on-region relationship. So, we have started a bus service between Agartala, Dhaka and Kolkata. So that this is, let's say, this is our India. Let's say this is our India, this is Bangladesh. Let's say. So here it is Kolkata. Here it is, this is Bangladesh, this is Agartala. So instead of traveling here in long distance, people can travel here in a short distance. So that is the reason we have created this bus service. But after the change in government of the Sheikh Hasina government and coming formation of new government, we have seen there is a change in power equation. So that is the reason now the bus service is stopped, because of threat that is facing by these people. Na? So next important article, this article is talking about caste of the capital. So you can study about the historic city of Panipat. Haryana, now a textile recycling hub, house several illegal bleaching and dyeing unit, affluent from illegal unit and major cause behind the pollution in Yamuna river. So, the Panipat once used to be famous for the famous betel, but now this region is having huge pollution because it is the recycling capital of all the textile. All the textile that is being manufactured in different part come here as recycling, and to recycle that they are using heavy chemicals, and these chemicals are this industry are also operating illegally. That means they don't follow the environmental norms, they follow the highly toxic chemicals, and ultimately this toxic chemical enter into the Yamuna. That is the main source of pollution of the Yamuna. You can see the image here how polluting it is. Okay, bleach unit in Didawari village in the Panipat, Haryana. So you can get a lot of insight about it also. चलिए next important article is Operation Sindoor storm message to the Pakistan. This is what said by the Army of Chief of Army. So recently we have seen Pakistan is keep constantly attacking India under the strategy of bleed India through thousands of cuts. Bleed India through the thousands of cut. But India is now ready to give befitting reply any such misadventure. Any power that tries to challenge the sovereignty of India will given a befitting reply. This is by General Dwivedi. So the President, Prime Minister, and Defense Minister pay tribute to the Kargil hero in our Vijay Divas. So there can be a good question. Vijay Divas is celebrated because of Kargil win. So Operation Sindoor was a message to the Pakistan as well as response to the Pahalgam terror attack that support terrorism will not be spared. Those who are supporting, backing the terrorism, they have to pay the price for that. This is what said by our Army Chief Upendra Dwivedi ji. So this time India did not only mourn but also show response could be decisive. We are not only pay tribute, we are also giving response to those who are perpetrator of this crime. Any power that tries to try to challenge our unity integrity will definitely give a befitting reply. So next, the army have eliminated 9 high-value terrorist targets in the Pakistan with zero collateral damage. So during Operation Sindoor, we have targeted Pakistan. If this is the India map, so here this is the India map. So here we have targeted deep inside Pakistan. There are some military territory, and we have inflicted huge damage without having any collateral damage to the India. India attained a decisive victory by effectively targeting terror infrastructure in Pakistan. We have also launched our BrahMos missile that land on the Kirana Hills, which is said to be the nuclear installation of the Pakistan. So that led to the Pakistan in a panic mode, and they have called India for ceasefire. So he reflected the Indian Army victory in 1999 Kargil War and his resolute defense national sovereignty during the recent Operation Sindoor. Okay? So during Kargil War, we know that the Pakistani invader, they enter into the India, and this high this high mountain area, and later on India has to launch this operation to operations to remove all this invader from the Kargil. So President Draupadi Murmu and Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Saturday led the nation paying tribute to the armed forces personnel who fought defend Indian territory and handed over crushing defeat to the Pakistan in 1999 conflict. So one thing you need to know that after this Kargil conflict, even Pakistan is not ready to accept the dead body of their soldier. You can imagine what kind of nation it is. So the soldier, those who are fighting for Pakistan, those who have laid their life for the Pakistan, and at the end, Pakistan not receive their dead body, simply deny that they are not our citizen. So next is India rising stature will lead to the security challenges in future. Yes, as we are going to be rise economically, as we are going to be rise politically, diplomatically, international level, so our security challenge is going to be increased. So this is what said by our Ministry of Home Affairs, Amit Shah, conclusion of today's National Security Strategy Conference organized by Intelligence Bureau. Okay, so the internal security challenges would be remain dynamic in view of India geopolitical high, neighborhood and central agencies adopted to the motto of security and alertness and coordination. So we need to be very alert, very coordinated, so prevent any such misadventure. So action on the drug cartel. So we know that India is located between two important locations. So here it is called Golden Triangle. Here it is called, on the border, here it is Golden Crescent. So because of that, drug is feeding to the India and it is creating drug problem in India. So we need to be very much vigilant to prevent such drug product problem. Na? So dear student, tell me in the comment box which three nation is known for drug, Crescent and Golden triangle. So let me see how many of you know that strict action against the big drug cartel. Beside focusing on the extra condition on narcotic offender, Director General of Police were directed to make anti-narcotic drive prime agenda of the police for next 3 years. Okay, so that means we need to fight a very tough war against the narcotics, and we need to eliminate the menace of narcotics. And dear student, you can scan this QR code to join our applications to get a lot of benefits that we are providing it free of cost. So recently, this article is very much important for your case study. So this can be a case study in ethics. So what happened recently? There is a dilapidated building in Rajasthan that has been collapsed. So because of that, so many students are died. So now, Rajasthan government, they announced 10 lakh each to the kin of children killed in the school roof collapse. So let's say you are the DM. So question can be, let's say you are the DM of a particular area, and in that lack of fund is available from the government, and building are in a dilapidated condition. So recently, let's say because of this condition, heavy rainfall, so there is a collapse of building happened, and so many people are died, like kids are died. So in that condition, what are the issue involved and what are the challenges, how we are going to tackle the problem? So that can be a very good case study. So Rajasthan on Saturday announced ex gratia assistance of 10 lakh is to the next kin of 7 children killed in school building collapse. So panel to review the personal safety. So whatever step taken by the government, this can be a very good example for you to recommend in the examination. Okay? So it is not like that you can write on your own. So you need to know about the process. If something is happened, what kind of step is government is taking it one by one. So you have to recommend same thing. So Chief Minister Mohan, Chief Minister formation of a permanent committee to review the safety of the government school, college, hostels, Anganwadi center to undertake repair of the dilapidated building. He also announced the increasing commission from 15 to 20% allocation for this building. So high level meeting here. So they provide a huge amount of money for that. So just study it so that you can understand what kind of step can be taken. Then next is safety audits must be conducted in school. This is what said by the center. So all the building, we need to conduct the safety audit. Safety audit means, inspecting, finding out whether this building is safe or not. If it's not safe, then we have to take measure for safety. If it is safe, then we need to inform that yes, it is safe. The next 728 rounds of ammunition, 90 firearms and explosives seized from the Impal Valley. So we have seen miscreant has looted around 6,000 firearms from the Polish armor after ethnic violence broke out in the state. So out of that, 3,000 looted firearm has been recovered by after this presidential rule. Okay? So and recent operation is a coordinated operation by the Manipur Police, Assam Rifles, Central Armed Police Force led to the recovery of such a huge amount of weaponry. And dear student, one more thing, we are providing a daily current affair that is very crispy, brief, and it is containing everything. And all our current affair prepared by those who have given UPSC multiple UPSC interview and selected. So you can expect high quality current affairs. So because those who are making, they have highly experience in the UPSC exam. So don't try test here and there, and at the end you will suffer. So at best you can start referring it. You can scan this QR code to download our application. There is available all the current affair. Okay. The next is the Thailand, Cambodia classes spread across the frontier. So recently we have seen there is a conflict that is being emerged between the Thailand and Cambodia. So because of that, each country they fire artillery over another country, leading to the killing of 33%. But both sides are ready for a truce. So this is a very good example. Currently we are living in a world where anytime any war can be happen. So we need to be very prepared. So Thai authorities says that 13 civilians, 7 soldiers have been killed on their taking role. Okay, fighting between the 8 to 11. And dear student, we are providing Dronacharya year-long mentorship for those who are preparing for 2026 and 2027. Here you will get year-long mentorship program along with answer writing, prelims test series, and daily targets. We are providing summary of the targets, like if it's fundamental, right? So I know that students find very difficult because a lot of material is available. We just condense every material to very short, crispy material, and we are providing you so that no need to spend too much of time on all these things. So dear student, please comment like, my voice is audible or not, everything is good or not. At least after joining the live class, please comment once if everything is good or not. Okay. So you can scan this QR code to join our Dronacharya year-long mentorship program. So next is Foreign Tribunal in Assam disregarded constitutional safeguard sent by NLSIU. So the quasi-judicial foreign tribunal in Assam have become a routine instrument of exclusion by disregarding due process and constitutional safeguards. So, only state in our country that is having foreigner, only the state that is having foreigner tribunal is Assam. And there are allegations that this foreign tribunal, they are not following due process of law. They are not following the established constitutional norms. They are not following the judicial precedent. And a comprehensive study, this tribunal and broader legal crisis citizen adjudicating in this found. So this is what found by National Law School of Indian University. So that means it's a authentic information. As of 2025, Assam tribunal have declared around 1.6 lakh as a foreigner. In addition to 85 pending cases, tribunal may also soon hear millions of appeals from this NRC. So recently in Assam, we have conducted NRC, National Registry of Citizen, and it is found that around 19 lakh people are not part of the NRC. And those who are not NRC, so they can appeal in the foreign tribunal. Once they have appealed in the foreign tribunals, so if our foreign tribunals are not unbiased, they are not independent, they are not capable or competent, so there might be led to the exclusion of a lot of the people. So that is what they are concerned. Okay. So the lacks legal foundation, citizenship adjudication engage constitutional significant question, profound consequences, including risk of stateless. If any judgment given by foreign tribunal, this is not a simple thing. We make someone stateless. So in that case, we need to ensure that bodies that are legally constituted, independent, impartially, and composed of competent legal officials. Okay, that is what very much essential. So report argue that foreign tribunal failed on all these count, lack secure legal foundation, vulnerable to executive interference, and staffed by inadequately qualified adjudicator. You can imagine if any verdict of this tribunal is impacting huge amount of people, but what we are doing. Okay. So next, the Assam government has 100 foreign tribunal, each headed by a judicial-like members, which is formed after Supreme Court scrap controversial illegal migrant determination and by Tribunal Act. Of these 100 tribunal, 36 are permanent and 54 are temporary. This is being established by the Home Ministry. So, dear student, you can even talk about all these things. So, if something like, recently there is a crackdown on illegal migrant from the Bangladesh and Myanmar. So, here you can talk about all these things. Okay. And dear student, we are recently providing the Odisha specific weekly, monthly current affair also, Odisha specific infographics. You can scan this QR code and you can also join our Strive OPC YouTube channel also. So that there will get a lot of things. Okay. You can also join our test series also. Price is very nominal. I know a lot of people cannot afford huge amount of money because other people are charging 5,000, 6,000. So you can join it to get benefit of it. Okay. So next is UK India free trade may work in favor of patent owner. So there are concern that there is a concern called compulsory licensing. Compulsory licensing means, let's say there is a drug. Let's say this is a drug for COVID-19, and let's say COVID-19 is spreading in India very fast. So in that case, and this drug is maybe patented. Let's say there is a drug that is being patented and COVID-19 is spreading very fast, and this drug is used to treat this COVID-19. And India can make this compulsory licensing. Under this compulsory licensing, any pharmaceutical company can manufacture this patented drug without paying any royalty to this owner. This is what called compulsory licensing. But some believe that after signing of the UK-India Free Trade Agreement, so we might not get that opportunity of compulsory licensing. So our pharmaceutical sector may be impacted. So certain intellectual property and regulatory clause may delay or limit the production of life-saving generic and impacting patient in India across the global south to warily export. So because why it is impacting global south, India is pharmacy of the world. That means we are exporting pharmacy to the all over the world. So if anything patent is happening, that is going to impact our health of the global south also. So UK India Free Trade Agreement has provision on patent that tilt the balance in favor of patent owner and undermine access to the medicine. So if patent don't permit generic drug, so that is going to impact, because if a medicine is costing, let's say 10,000, the generic version is 10 rupees or 100 rupees, so that means it is quite affordable, but the original drug is not that affordable. So expressing concern over the recently signed agreement could impact access and affordability of medicine in India and global south. The intellectual property and regulatory clause may delay limit the production of life-saving generic and impacting present in India across the global south. Global south, it's a concept that is being propagated. Basically, it is talking about southern, or you can say developing country that is located southern, as well as it is the part of the colonial history, like they are part of the Asia, Africa, and Latin America. Okay, public interest safeguard available in Indian Patent Act. So in Indian Patent Act, it is talking about if there is something pandemic is going on. Let's say there is a severe pandemic like COVID-19 is going on, and in that case, government can promote compulsory licensing of that patented drug so that any manufacturer can manufacture that without paying anything. So dictate compare with compulsory license. So Indian Patent Act, every year patent holder must submit detail of working there in India. Okay, so you can see here the next is the implementation of this provision could lead to the harmonization of the patentability criteria, undermining safeguard against the evergreening of the patent. So what is evergreening of patent? So let's say this is a company called X. They are making some drug that can cure fever. Okay, that can cure fever. But what happened? This after 20 years, this patent is given for 20 years. After 20 years, they modified minor modification without improving efficacy of drug. They again file a patent and they'll ask for once again 20 years of patent. So by doing that, they keep on evergreening their patent and prevent their drug being access to the everyone. So that is what called evergreening of patent. And Indian Patent Act prevent the evergreening of patent. Okay. So this article here is talking about by signing that we can harmonize that conflicting exists between Indian patent law and UK patent law can be harmonized. So India UK free trade by formalized zero duty access to the nearly 99% of the Indian pharmaceutical and medical device. 99% of our pharmaceutical and medical device can access to the UK market, and UK market is around 45 billion now. It is going to expected to rise rapidly, and India can get benefit from that. Okay. So next important article is tariff and geopolitical shift call for supply chain reset. Recently, we have seen coming of the Donald Trump. So tariff is imposed on all over the world, and then disruption caused by you can say also by the blockage of the critical mineral by the China. So led to the lot of confusion among the industry. So persistent disruption is setting to stage for supply chain diversification. So as world is grappling to deal with political realignment and tariff risk leading to global supply disruption, and new order is emerging in which India could gain from this realignment, because India in this backdrop can emerge as a reliable partner. So now the country, they don't rely on USA, neither the China. So it can be a good opportunity for India, can attract investment, can emerge as a manufacturing base, so that can supply manufacturing good to the all over India. The supply chain landscape remain volatile and back on the geopolitical shift and economic uncertainty, particularly in Europe. So tariff war has posed significant threat to the trade flow. Recent sign of de-escalations, especially UK, China, USA, China. So company, they are looking to diversify their supply base to prevent any such problem. Na? Chali. So next, so UK India free trade game changer for trade. So the terming the UK India free trade agreement that is recently we have signed, it is a game changer because it allow India to export 99% of its product free trade, and India will only allow 90%. And while we also prevent our sensitive sector from opening up, UK confidently, India terms like, we are protect sensitive, agriculture and ethanol. So we don't open the sector that is very much sensitive for us. And this can be a very good model for our negotiation that is going on with the other country. Like, currently we are negotiating with USA, with European Union. Okay. So next is software developer at a risk as AI may eat off their coding job. So, coding job is quite boring and it is also employ a lot of people, but with the development of AI, you can develop the code with a click of mouse. So because of that, we don't need that extensive coding people. So that is going to create a lot of unemployment. While at the same time, by using AI in the coding, it is also going to improve and create new jobs also. So the employee, they need to adopt, they need to understand how they can utilize the AI for improving their performance. So this article is talking about this only. Okay, so padhiye and understand it. So Android phone brought early warning in 98 countries. So how this is happening? It's a very interesting thing. So the Android phone, there is a sensor called accelerator sensors, acceleration meter. So whenever your mobile, whenever there is an earthquake, so first is primary wave, that is reach secondary wave, then relay wave, then lob wave. So these wave are very dangerous. This is also dangerous. This is not much dangerous, but it is passing through the solid, liquid, and gas. So when it is passing through all the three medium, so it can create a shaking. When this shaking will happen, so your mobile starts shaking. So that your accelerator meter understand that something is happened. Then it can send a signals to the server of the Google, and Google also verify from nearby other mobile whether same thing is happen or not. And it will happen in a millions of very small, like a micro millisecond. So if it is found that yes, 2 to 3 mobile is also shaking, then only it is going to give a warning. So this warning can be 10 second, 30 second, or 60 second earlier than the earthquake, and it is providing earthquake to lot of recent happening earthquake. So that can be very much helpful for saving the life, because after the arrival of the P wave, when S, then R, then L, so there is a time gap of 10 second. Here it can be 30 second, here it can be 60 second, so that we can come out of your home, so that we can protect our life. So this is a good thing. So that is helpful in early prediction of the earthquake. So it has been predicted in recent earthquake in Turkey, Nepal, Myanmar. So this can be a good model that we need to scale up. So this, Sunday is each and every Sunday they publish some article, but in this article something very important we have to identify. There are a lot of information is given, but some information is very much important. The virtue of tomato, healthy vegetable. Here it is given. Tomato was not native to the India. It is brought by the Portuguese trader. So I think you have seen UPSC time and again this asking the repeated question, which crop is brought by which European power. Na? So if you are studying article, if you are studying generally, you skip if you just referring to the original or the raw newspaper. If you are referring to this infographics, I've already highlighted, because to make this infographics I'm spending 3 hour of study. So I'm studying 3 hour. After that I'm just making this highlight. That means there is no chance of missing any information, so you can get it. Okay. So there can be a very good question. The which European power introduced the tomato? So it is the Portuguese. So next, the air pollution. So how it is affecting the brain? So when you look into air pollution, it is particulate matter and nitrogen oxide. Yes, it is impacting our brain functioning. It is reduce our cognitive power also. So that means definitely there is a relationship between the air pollution and brain functioning. चलिए, this is a very good article about what makes NASA ISRO NISAR satellite very special. So recently ISRO and NASA, they've signed an agreement. They're planning to launch the NISAR, NASA ISRO synthetic aperture radar. This is a remote sensing satellite. Their basic objective is to understand changing that is happening on the surface of the Earth. It contain two band. One is L band. L means long wavelength band. So long wavelength band, that is L band, they penetrate deep inside the soil, so that we can understand the changes that is happening deep inside our Earth. Okay, so that we can predict change in the lands, you can say landslide, earthquake, and how our snow are melting. And India is providing S band. S band means short wavelength band, and short wavelength band is good for studying the surface features. And this is what you can study about ISRO and NISAR satellite is going to launch by GSLV Mark 2. So GSLV Mark 2 can lift around 2 tons to the GTO, and a 4 ton around to the low Earth orbit. Okay, standard ISRO. So they are going to launch. So it's an Earth observation satellite. It is costing around 1.5 billion. Okay. So how it is going to help? NASA's is application like solid earth process ecosystem like ice dynamics, coastal ocean process, disaster response, additional application including tracking groundwater, oil reserve, and infrastructure like Levian dams. The planned mission lifetime is 3 years, but it can extend or operate in 4 or 5 years also. So I've already given you about, there is two band, L band and S band, and there is a synthetic aperture radar. In space, it is very difficult to open a big antenna. So we cannot operate that. So to overcome that, we have designed synthetic aperture radar that mimic like a big antenna without having a big antenna. Okay. So next, So next you can see. So the let's say this is the arc, and how Nisar is going to rotate like this. It is going to rotate like this. Okay, फिर again like this. That means each time it is passing over the arc, it will cover a swath of 240 kilometers. So it will take a swath of 240 kilometers. So that is what called swath radar. Yes, here it is given. Each time it will take a swath radar of 240 kilometer, and by 12 days it will cover the entire earth. Okay, so just read it. It's a very good article. It is very important for your prelims, mains, and for your interview. So don't miss it. Study it line by line. Okay. So how do internal complaint committee work? So this is very much important because recent time we are seeing so many sexual violence and abuse, sexual abuse against the women. So we have to see in detail how internal complaint committee is formed. So in Rajasthan, so there is a Supreme Court case, there is a court in the Supreme Court. After that, Supreme Court issued a guideline in the Bisaka. This is called Bisaka guideline. Here, Supreme Court provided step of measure that is need to be taken to prevent sexual harassment at the workplace. But as always, so government not take any steps, simply just put it in the cold box. But there is a severe crime that is happening in the Nirbhaya. So after that, government enacted post act, Prevention of Sexual Harassment at Workplace Act 2013. Under that act, so we need to establish internal complaint committee in each and every organization. Within that ICC, it should be headed by women, and plus 50% of its members should be women. It also include outside member NGOs and those who are working in the women right also. But recently, a Supreme Court found that they here you can see in December, Supreme Court stopped the sorry state of affair, noting that serious lapses in the enforcement of the POS Act. It direct a survey of the public private organizations to find who are not complying, and we need to impose severe fine on this those who are not complying. Okay. So what is the power of internal complaint committee? Internal complaint committee, that is ICC, also having the power of civil court. Civil court means they can do the inquiry, they can cross-examine, they can accept the affidavit, everything same as a civil court. After the finding of the internal complaint committee, if they found that person is guilty, they can recommend for action and FIR can be filed. So it is very essential because it is also very much important for your case study. So whenever you are any case study related to how you can tackle about rising instances of gender or you can sexual violence at the workplace, you always need to refer to the Bisaka guideline and this internal complaint committee and POSH Act, and what are the power of the POSH Act, how we can make gender sensitive. We need to create awareness among the employee that there is a POSH Act that is what going to penalize if anyone indulge in the sexual act. Okay. So you have to read that. And recently, UK India signed a free trade agreement. It is called ICTA. What is that ICTA? Please tell me in the comment box. We have already signed this free trade agreement with another country recently. So what is the name of this free trade agreement? I'm just giving the name. One is with Australia, another with UAE. What is the name of that free trade agreement? So whatever task I'm giving, please note them down and you have to study about them in detail. Okay. So what are the contours and implication of the comprehensive economic trade agreement that is called ICTA? ICTA, opening service sector. So ICTA recently been signed. So we have started negotiation for long. Okay, so it is going to give India access to the 90% of 99% of Indian export are going to get free trade, while UK will get 90%. And it is not only open to this goods, it is also open to the service. So there is one more good thing, what is that? It is, yes, I think here it is. Yes, double contribution convention. So double contribution conventions. Let's say you are from India and you are working in UK for 3 years. Let's say for 2 to 3 years. So that means you have to pay social security here and you have to pay social security here. And that means you are left with very less money. So that means under this double contribution convention, no need to pay social security in both country. If you are paying social security for your welfare in one country, that is more than enough. Okay. So that is what this article is talking about. So just please go through it. You'll understand in detail because you need to know about in depth. So here, so you need to understand what is war crime, what is genocide. So already it is given. So under the current UN convention, genocide refer to following act commitment with intent to destroy whole or in part national, ethnic, racial or religious group. If you are doing that, then only we can say you are committing genocide. So killing member of the groups, causing serious bodily or mental harm to the member of the group, deliberately inflicting on group condition of life calculated to bring about physical destruction of whole body part, imposing measure intended to prevent birth within the group, forcibly transforming children of this group. So here it is given. So why this war is happening in the Israel and Gaza? So I'm just giving a detailed explanation. So please listen carefully. So what happened? Hamas, they have attacked the Israel and took people hostage. And in retaliations to that, the Israel launched an operation with two objectives: complete elimination of Hamas and release of hostages. And despite around 20 months of war, neither of the objective Israel is achieving. But in this process, they have completely destroyed, ruined the people of Gaza. Now they are facing the malnutrition, hunger, disease. So we can see mass human disaster there. So this is very much important. So next important article is women business. Women business. So there is a market in Manipur. So the market name is Ima. Ima means mother. Okay, mother's market. So Ima or Amma. So you can link that Ima. So it's a mother. It's a female markets. They are male person are not allowed to as a vendor. So that means entirely owned, controlled, and managed by women. So women's business. So Ima Market Manipur, capital Impal, entirely run by women. Host 5,000 to 6,000 vendors who sell variety of product catering to need of local people as well as tourists. The market stand testimony to the empowerment of women in the state and socio-economic role they played. So Ima market located in the center of the Manipur capital Impal. The market run by the women known as Ima mother. So here everything is run by women. So this is a sign of, you can say, here our external affairs minister S. Jaishankar in a post called, this is a great example of Nari Shakti. Women from diverse faith tribe run their own style for the purpose. So you can give example of Manipur Ima market is a sign of, just remember wherever needed you can talk about that only. Okay. So dear student, this is all about 27th July, the Hindu newspaper analysis. So if you have liked this video, please like, subscribe to this channel, because it's to wake up in morning and prepare everything for you. So it take a lot of effort, and it is your comment, feedback, like, share. If there is a good view, that really motivate me to continue this with high quality of discussion. So please share this video with your friends so that more number of students can get benefit, and it's also motivation for to me. And if you have any suggestion whatsoever, maybe please write in a comment box. Definitely we'll try to incorporate that. Chaliye, bye bye, take care. Today is Sunday, have some enjoyment, have some enjoy your good thing, like you can enjoy your food, you can enjoy some sports. Please enjoy some time for yourself, because we are human being, we need to come out of this you can say toxic work culture. We need to enjoy our life, enjoy some time, like maybe 2 hour 3 hour. You can go for a visit, you can have some good food, you can talk to your friend, you can talk to your girlfriend, whatsoever, maybe whichever thing you enjoy, do it, so that you'll rejuvenate yourself, and from tomorrow onwards you'll start studying. Chaliye, take care, bye bye.